Mooney and Allison Korn, welcome back. The first topic, Alex Daig. What do you think?
Too many people are ecstatic, I think, about this trade. The fact that not only did Ottawa get two players who could have a considerable upside, but they also got Philadelphia to take the entire contract. And I think that some people are saying that Pierre Gauthier should be Executive of the Year for that trade alone.
Why is everyone so thrilled with this deal?
I think maybe because it had dragged on so long, we were starting to think, we were going to get 2 bags of pucks and 6 rolls of tape for Alexander Daig. So when you actually got a former, #2 draft choice behind only Eric Lindros, right, Pat Falloon, and then you get a prospect beside this, the Vaclav Prospal, who, by all accounts, is a fine playmaker.
That's right.
Maybe he's had an injury problem, but hopefully gets past that. Plus, you get a second-round draft choice and you save some money. So there's a lot of upside to it.
And he was the leading scorer in the American Hockey League last year before he was called up to Philadelphia. So a lot of
95 points last year.
A lot of people saying a lot of good things about him. Now there are some people. I think you were one of them earlier. We were talking about his defensive liabilities. Now where have we heard that before?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, do we all know as fans here in Ottawa a whole lot more than Bobby Clark does? Why does he go out and spend the money to get Daig and give up these guys a second-round draft pick as well? Now, are we missing something here?
That's such an interesting question, I think, because Daig did not do well here, either one, because he's not good enough, or two, he wasn't into it. So, and I think that he was under a lot of pressure as a youngster, and pressure can paralyze an athlete, but we'll see what happens when he gets down there.
What an ideal situation for him, though. I couldn't think of a better one. There won't be the pressure. There's a lot of size to protect him, and maybe he can actually use his speed and become the player that some people thought he might.
Yeah, and I think Pat Falloon has had, 2 more years, because he was drafted 2 years earlier. He's had 2 more years in which to prove himself, and 2 more years in which he's kind of slid down the slope a little bit. So maybe they're thinking that Daig is a bit fresher as a prospect than Falloon is.
Well, let's just play devil's advocate here. Falloon hasn't really shown a whole lot. 5 goals in 30 games this year. He was playing on the 4th line in Philadelphia. So was Prospal on the 4th line, and a defensive liability at a -10. So, okay, they got 2 players for Alex Daig, a second-round choice, probably what, the 50th pick overall, because it's Dallas's pick. So, in essence, maybe Ottawa didn't get a whole lot for Alex Daig after all. I mean, a lot remains to be seen there.
I think the real winner out of this is Daig himself. I mean, he's laughing all the way to the bank, right? And he said a few times, oh, I'm 22 and I'm set for life. I mean, we'll just have to see who all the other, people are able to make of this.
But after all the speculation and all of the talk that went on for the last couple of weeks, I think that the Senators should be happy that they were able to get Philadelphia just to take his contract, because there was so much talk that whoever they traded Daig to was going to Ottawa was going to pay half his contract or whatever for the length of the contract, and Philadelphia's taken it all. I think Ottawa's got to be ecstatic about that, the fact that they've unloaded that deal, or they've unloaded the money anyway.
I think when the deal went down, everybody was looking for that line, and how much of their contract did Ottawa have to assume, and the fact that they assumed none of it is a big deal.
Okay, Alex Daig is gone. Emmanuel Sandhu is not and will not be going to the Olympic Games, and a lot of people are talking about that. Your views there?
This is so interesting, I think, because it seems like he's good enough to go, but the COA cannot let the media decide who gets to go to the Olympics. And I think that's the bottom line here. They had to be seen as strong and, sticking to their principles and criteria.